This episode was brought to you by our generous patrons. Want to vote on the next game we play? Consider becoming a patron. And we are back.
And I'm thoroughly disappointed.
There's nothing we can do with the frame rate. Hopefully it visually looks better.
Unless we were to go and buy like the PS2 game, or like hook up the PS3 one, but then the PS3 one has all those problems, so it's just like, I guess it is what it is. Just the frame rate's not going to be great. Which is sad that like Sony's just like, nah, this is fine. It's like, what do you mean this is fine? Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, so you looked it up, right?
I looked it up on Reddit,
like,
and like, yeah, the threads that I found were like, nah. Like,
it's good, it's fine.
Yeah, not from the fans, but from Sony and from like just other responders were just like, it's not enough that it's unplayable, and then someone's like, it literally crashed on me 3 times. It's fine.
Oh, that's not good if it crashes.
Yeah, and some people are like, just play it on an emulator. It's like, yeah, okay, all right, but
that's fair. But
the moral problem, or not moral problem, but the real problem is the fact that this is a game that's released on a console, on a digital storefront.
Why is it like this?
You guys, this met through approval, and you guys were like, no, it's good. It's like, except it's not.
I'm finding this a little silly how big this dang diddly city is.
Oh, you think this is big?
But I mean, it's just how long it takes to go through with everything.
You want to use the bikes and stuff.
I get that, but barely touching a cop?
You just ignore them and you get to your checkpoint. You're like, whatever. And the checkpoint system is usually good enough.
Are you a friend?
No. Guaranteed.
I did not think so. Ooh, I'm getting like electrical powers.
Get those nematodes and bop them out of here.
That's right.
I mean, it's not unplayable, but as someone that's a big fan of this game, it's a little disappointing that they didn't take the love and care that it's like
it was necessary to have.
Like, especially when it's a basic thing like frame rate that you immediately know, where it's like, that's kind of a thing. Like,
oh, he's a big boy.
I know this is a port of the PS3 one, but it's just like, this is an issue, guys. What's happening?
No love for the Jak or the Dax.
So that's like them ceremoniously being like, watch the PlayStation experience this Saturday for PS5 games. Oh, you mean the console that's impossible to buy due to like what's going on in the world?
Exactly.
Whereas it's like, they announced a remake to KOTOR, and I'm like, hell yeah, only for PS5.
Which one is KOTOR?
Knights of the
Republic.
No,
that's right. Duh. I was like, what is KOTOR? Why does it sound so...
How far are we into this?
2.5 minutes.
Can I curse?
Fuck yeah.
Okay. God damn it. I'm so upset. It's like, I can't even... I love
You can curse whenever. It just makes it easier for me to...
That's what I'm trying to do. I was so mad, because it's just... I love the KOTOR game. It's one of my favorite RPGs.
Yeah, I heard that people were super excited for it. I didn't know, I wasn't aware that it was only PS5.
Yeah, it's a PS5 exclusive. And it's just... It sucks because I played Final Fantasy VII Remake and realized also, shit, the second one's probably going to be only on PS5 as well.
Exactly.
Which console exclusives I don't really have a problem with.
Being able to get the console would be nice, though.
Being able to get the console is the problem, though. The fact that I can't buy the console is just like, I don't mind buying a console for a set of games for that. It's like, you know what? They bought those studios, they own those studios, proprietary games, whatever. There's an argument to be made by some people like, well, you know, no game should be exclusive. It's like, that's not a real world scenario. So how else are they supposed to get people to buy their consoles? We haven't been buying Nintendo consoles because they're performing at peak efficiency.
That's fucking true.
We've been buying them because the games are so good. We're like, I'm going to deal with a subpar console because the games just pay off.
And they're not bad. We're not saying that.
They're not bad.
No. It's just like comparison to the others, and graphically, it's like, I get it. Woo! I think it was Couchling Zach that recently said he was like, man, I can't wait for the PlayStation 5 to release so we can play these PlayStation 5 exclusive games.
Yeah.
What? Dead and gone. Because I died a bunch of times? Jeez, man. This place sucks. Could this be the slums?
Yeah, I guess you guys are in.
Nah, these are the outskirts.
Oh, man. How did he get here?
Oh, he just walked.
He just walked in through these stairs.
He's fine. Like, he's just on the ground. He didn't climb up the tower. We're all the way down.
That's true. This place sucks. Who's maintaining this place?
Yeah, it's...
I hope that one point, or what was it, like $4 billion stimulus bill for infrastructure comes to here because this place is bad.
No, we gotta have our partisans just continue fighting until nothing gets done.
Is there? Am I just going back? Looks like. Camera's kind of leading me, so I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
well,
you just want to
keep
going backwards
yeah.
now.
I think we need to go back to the city, Jack.
Yeah, we're trying, bud.
There you go.
That's where we're going.
Daxter's actually pretty good. Like, he'll occasionally give you like hints like, I think we're going the wrong way.
I don't think I want to do fall into the water there.
This is also very much like Ocarina of Time in a sense, where the fastest way to get places is roll an X.
Yeah.
So like, just,
Yeah, I was doing that through the city, but I didn't want to roll in the wrong direction, fly into the water, and have, I don't know, a giant alligator or some shit pop out and eat me.
the reason why it's a bummer with the frame rate is you spend a lot of time in the city, so for that to be where the frame rate is happening is a little like, look, I know there's subsections in this game. That's kind of a big deal. It's kind of like, hey man, this is like the main part of the game. You guys didn't, like, I'm not saying program is easy. I know it's not. But then maybe Sony should have taken extra time.
Maybe you needed more time to bake this pie, because it's a little undercooked.
So you know what's weird too is God of War 5.
The newest one. I think they just called it God of War.
It's God of War Ragnarok.
Well, the new one, right?
Yeah.
The other one was just God of War.
Yeah, the other one was
used
God
the
of
old
War.
name.
But I assumed just God of War 4 because I know there's.
It's hard to say because there was PSP games too, and it was like,
and there was that.
Count?
There was the PS3 game as well.
Yeah.
Like that came out after God of War 3, but I don't remember the name of it because I didn't play it. And I played the PSP ones. Anyways, the new God of War that's going to be coming out in like 2 years or whenever it is.
Or whatever
Ragnarok.
I think it's called Ragnarok.
Yeah, I think it's called Ragnarok too. It's got thick Thor in it, and I'm all for
Thick
it.
Thor. He comes bringing thunder.
I loved it when I first saw it. Like, for those that don't know, look up how Thor looks in the new God of War game. Some people were not.
Why is thick Thor like a classic thing now for movies and games now? Why is that a thing? I'm not complaining. I like it. It's fine. But
it's fine with me too.
It's just weird that the most recent 2 Thors have been Thor.
Being a big hero sure makes you thirsty.
Oh, don't do it. You've lived in the city for 2 years, but
yeah. Oh, I think he wanted it. Nope, never mind. That was the septic pipe.
Turned off all water to the slums. He's willing to sacrifice
Replaced it with
innocent
mud.
lives just to destroy the underground. I shouldn't be surprised. I've seen his evil before while serving in the Krimzon Guard.
I mean, he
That's
is evil.
why
He
I
spelled it
quit.
with a K.
And a Z.
Well, that explains your charming sense of humor.
My friend in the
Sassy.
guard tells me the valve to turn the
Yeah,
water
new Jack's
back
got
on
that sass.
is located outside
That
the
poster
city
looks
at
tight.
the
That
pump
poster looks
station.
really good. I'm
Outside
glad
the
they upped
city.
that.
What about the security walls?
What about the metalheads?
What about my water?
So out there, peeps be getting deep sixed.
Find the large
Jeez,
drain
man.
pipe in the north wall. It'll take you outside the city to the pumping station.
All right.
Get to the main valve and open it. If you survive, the slums will be indebted to you. If not, maybe we'll have a touching moment of silence in your honor.
That sucks.
I'd like to give him a touching moment.
Jack just likes stepping on people's dicks, doesn't he?
Just a little bit, yeah. He's definitely got that sass in this game.
Yeah.
2 years of torture will do that to you. No, don't get me wrong.
I mean, I meant Daxter.
Daxter.
Yeah,
I mean, they
Daxter's got that. Yeah. But I mean, it works
that
either
button.
way.
You're gonna go, well, this is a long way. So
The
you
only
just
problem is I keep hitting cops.
gotta learn to alternate between the top and the bottom. And if not, if you hit a cop, whatever.
It's wonk, man.
It is. I'm not saying it's not wonk. It's definitely wonk.
Just trying to turn. It's like it floats for so long.
Yeah, no, it definitely does.
It just hovers around. Plus, they said like, oh, there's a no hover zone. And how do I know until it's too late?
It's one reason why I kind of volunteered to potentially play the game at first, because it was
I
like,
wanted to give it a go.
no, I want
but
you to
yeah.
give it a go too. But I was just like,
Jesus.
Jak II's.
You really have to like feather the throttle to keep things moving.
Yeah, that it's not a hold the throttle. It's a very much press
it's a
it.
tap tap.
It's a
hold
tap
and
tap.
float, tap tap. Okay.
And then charge
some of these
where you
areas, yeah, we can get in.
Yeah, it was
I get
really
you.
cool at the time when this came out. It was,
oh no, it's still nifty.
It's change a little
doesn't.
bit.
Whoa.
It's not
just doesn't.
easy.
It's not the best.
No, it definitely is not. It has not aged as well as a lot of games have. I think it's aged fine, but it's also, whenever you play old games, you kind of have to throw yourself in the mindset of like, oh right,
There were limitations.
There
at the
were
time.
limitations here, and this plays different, or
Oh, Jesus.
this is like, you know, you gotta put yourself back in the past and go like, all right, well, how were games played back then?
Oh my God, this place is huge. You're right.
You're
this
not.
place
You
is
haven't even
huge.
seen like 25%.
No,
of the
I know,
city,
but like, oh my god.
cool thing is no load times either.
Oh, gee.
Other
Okay,
than like,
just slam into the wall then.
other than these like doorways, this game pretty much has zero.
I felt
load
it. I felt it
times.
do that load there, but yeah, that's a smart way of designing them, and they still do it to this day.
Yeah. I mean, not Insomniac. Naughty Dog is really the king of figuring out how to do games with no load times. For those of you that are big Jak and Daxter fans,
Nice. What was that?
the
the
first
hell is
game was
that?
like the one that really premiered, like, hey, metalheads. So they drop like a currency, which
Okay.
are like metal jewels.
I got
So
you.
you're gonna want to pick those
Yeah,
up.
I'm trying. I guess I
I
gotta
can't
physically
remember
touch them.
what they get you. Other than that, maybe
They look like NyQuil.
I was gonna make a joke about, you know,
Suppositories.
when you collect enough of them, you can put those gems on your Charizard, and it's gonna allow you to do Ember attacks. So then you'll be good to go.
That's that good stuff. Oh, I need those. I don't know. Do I need them?
So
It's my dark
you see
ember?
that purple bar?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can turn to Dark Jack, which
damn
honestly, that's like an auto attack. You just
Once it
tap.
gets full.
Once it's full, you can
Yeah.
trigger I think, with L1 and R1 at the same time.
Okay. It'll probably tell me because it's
It'll
done
let
it
you know.
automatically so far.
So you're like at 75%. You can't go that way. So
Okay.
just yeah. And
I
it's
was
just
trying
it's
to
like,
see
hey,
if
it's
I-
your
What the fuck? Damn it.
it's your primal rage thing. So it's like,
Yeah.
just when you're in a bad situation, tap it. You're not invincible, but you take less damage, I believe, and you just auto lock onto enemies.
You
so
really
like,
kind of get that kind of.
you can just double jump that, but you can also do
I'm
that
trying
too.
I'm trying to get the jumping
Right.
down. Haha! The Easter eggs.
But yeah, if it sounds like for this very first couple plays we're like kind of ragging on this game, I'm not. I
No,
genuinely
yeah.
really like this game.
We're excited to be playing it.
Yeah.
I hope you guys are as well.
Yeah, I hope you're enjoying. Let's talk about other moves.
it's definitely something to. We look back at these games fondly, but we also look back without the rose-tinted glasses
Yeah.
as much as we can to just look at it and be like, yes, it's a product of its time, and we gotta. Oh shit!
And I
Gotta
also think
acknowledge
that's
that.
totally fine that there are games where it's just like, yeah, you know, this one aspect of this game hasn't aged well. For instance, I really love a game called Chrono Cross. It's still my favorite game of all time, or one of them, but I can still look at that game and go like, yeah, I can understand, like, there's a lot of characters that don't really centralize towards the plot, and I can understand why some people might not prefer that over other ones. But then there are some games that kind of are timeless and have aged almost perfectly, but they're very rare.
Yeah.
There's not a ton of games that have aged in that well, and it's usually the games that are from like that SNES era where it's just like it works technically fine, it still plays really well. It's like Link to the Past. Like, I think that game is perfect for what it is. It's a really long length. It has tons of variety, cool weapons, interesting plot, like
Good puzzles.
good puzzles. Like, that's like a game that has aged super well. It's this weird era where we're like
Jesus.
in the 3D, where a lot of stuff. So I would just jump over one and then jump again.
Yeah. Dude, what the fuck?
Oh,
It kept like
Yeah.
double tapping me. It's fine. But now we're down here, back at the start. Now I was trying to do like a jump and then a spin, but I didn't nail the fucking jump. So it hit me and then hit me again and then hit me again. I'm like, no.
one
okay,
thing
we're
to note
done.
too is if their heads aren't glowing, they no
There's no
longer
gems.
Yeah, there's no more gems, so
Yeah.
it doesn't let you farm them. But now you also have a big indicator that lets you know, hey, Dark Jack's available.
And all its HD glory.
That's what's perplexing to me. I understand that like they would have had to hire an artist to fix that. There's not a lot of HUD in this game. Like
Yeah.
that would have taken an artist probably like 3 hours of work to do.
I guess I don't need to do.
Like that's about
Gather
it
those anymore.
Probably like an hour to a half an hour to like not half an hour, like an hour to 2 hours to maybe do like the circular ring and stuff, and maybe 3 hours to like maybe 4 to like do a quick
me a
touch-up
bite.
paint of like those models. Like that's giving a lot of time to do it, and that's if I was to do it too. If I was to go through and like look at that, I'd be like, yeah, I could probably do a quick paint over of that.
Quick HD
Well,
version.
quick, like HD paint over of that, fairly like not too many hours, like one day to get it done. So it's weird that like it's an HD collection. I would do the spin
and
attack.
it's not in HD.
And it's not in HD,
Wow.
especially for something that doesn't change at all. These characters do get easier as you start unlocking some stuff.
I'm still getting used to the camera and stuff, but yeah.
Spin attack's good for a lot of this stuff because it just, especially when there's not a lot of enemies.
I was trying to stunt on him and do like one of these, but it doesn't have like a radius that
No, it does
that's
not.
really useful.
It doesn't have like a ground pound that like will do some
I was
damage.
hoping it was something just to give something different other than
So
spinning around.
I would
Crash
just wait till
Bandicoot
it
style.
comes till it's at the end, like follow it, and then just try and double
I was gonna
jump.
try and jump, spin, and just
Yeah.
as it's going over like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because it doesn't. It's not the most quick platforming. So with that thing moving back and forth, I was
No,
like,
yeah, for
let's,
sure. It's not your Sonic the Hedgehog style.
Yeah. As soon as I land down, it's like, well, it's gonna take a second to jump up again, and by then it's like, oh no. Can I get you, please? Thank you.
But yeah, a game can still be amazing and still be like, yes, this is still totally worth your time. But you can also go like, you know what? Jak II was maybe a little harder than it should have been in some areas. And like, maybe the camera controls weren't perfect. I'm still saying the game is good.
I have a problem a little bit, and like, it's great that they have the slide when you change angles
Direction.
real quick, but man, it really
It's something you
changes
gotta
up.
get used to it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, there's a reason why, like, in Final Fantasy 14, the first version of it online, you had that very same thing. And 15 has it too, where it's like, they wanted to add that real life fidelity of animation. Like, there's a constant give and pull when video games, like, is it about animation or is it about gameplay feel? And sometimes the gameplay feel, you have to quickly swap into another animation, and it's a little easier in 2D than it is 3D. And, you know, I mean, as animators and as artists, we tend to really get into like, would it be really cool if we added this?
Yeah.
And sometimes we forget that, does this help the gameplay though? Because at the end of the
does
day,
it
it's
look
like,
cool, and does it feel right?
yeah, does it feel good? Because you
Yeah.
always got to remember what medium you're working in. I was listening to
This doesn't, the slide back doesn't feel right. It looks cool and it's great and it's very vibrant and alive for an animation.
Right.
It's just when you're trying to work with the camera and you're doing the slide and you're trying to move around, it takes like a half a second before you're able to do anything else while it's in that slide, and you're just like, come on. All right. He's a Pokemon now. He just got captured in the big pipe Pokeball. Ow. Poor guy. He comes out fucking pasted.
I know none of these people. I know none of these guys probably are at Naughty Dog anymore, but I miss them doing this kind of stuff.
It gives levity for this dark world. Yeah. There you go. Like most rats, if the head can fit through, the body should be able to do the same.
Exactly.
Don't say it. Don't even chuckle. Next time, you turn the valve.
He did. I think it was the first time I've seen Jak smile in this game.
Jak definitely finally gets a
Without the-
personality in this
Without
game.
like that sneer to it.
Yeah.
Was that all we needed to do here?
That's all we need to do here. But we should probably
come back
because
next
they're
time.
eventually going to give us a cutscene right as we go through those doors.
Okay, we'll see you guys next time then. Beep, bop, boop.
Probably just save it too right now.
Yeah,
Like, we
I
may
should
as well.
save it on the regular in case something happens.
Framerate was
forgot
good
that
in
you
this
gotta-
area too, so it was just like
I think it's just the city. There's so many
Yeah.
models and people that
It
it's
just-
having an issue. But if that's going to be the main hub, it's like, oh no, that sucks.
it
Damn
kind of is what it is.
Just got to deal with it.